specialization supply drop has been erased. There are no more rogue reinforcements. Eliminate the threat. The specialization
What's up agents, Patrick Wolf here. Today's video is going to be a build video focused around the Pulse skill. So we've just been given the title update 3 and I must say guys, my Mega Pulse build is now possibly the meta. I have now tweaked it. I've made a new build based on how that they have scaled the mods for skill power to try and balance between damage and skill power to not overdo it. So in this build video you guys need to pay attention. If you miss any little detail, it's not going to work for you. So I do have to stress that you guys make sure you watch the full video. And without wasting any more time, let me get into this. All right, so as you saw in the clip, this pulse comes back in about, I think it's about 25 seconds, 30 seconds. It comes back really quick. I can increase the range if I want to. Now, the way we can do that is through modding and all that. So let me get straight into this build for you guys. All right, so the reason that we're going to be using an LMG demolitionist is because if you guys use an SMG, the talents like clutch won't be active due to the various stats that you can roll on each piece that we're going to need, which is the Gila Guard. So it will not work. You can't use an SMG build. I've tried it. It also doesn't hit hard enough. So you want to kind of use a gun and a build that is going to hit hard but utilizes the electronics the best way possible. So we're going to want to use an LMG with unhinged. So I've got my trusty military M60. Unhinged still gives you plus 20% weapon damage. So that's 20% weapon damage, guys, plus a leg row. So right off the bat, we've got 20% weapon damage, as you guys know. I use the Nemesis because I like to snipe. Oh yeah, just a quick mention, guys. For my poison build, the Pestilence has been buffed. It's now got a massive boost to damage, so it is a lot better now. So just to put that out there for you guys. So I would use a Lullaby to fully utilize this combination, because I have a problem with LMGs where I'm doing a lot of damage and then I have to reload. And it takes too long to reload. This, if this is holstered, guys, you can roll out of cover. Anywhere you roll, it regenerates 25% of your ammo straight back. So it is very good for getting your ammo back without having to waste time reloading. So with this build, we're going to have 3 attack, 10 defense, and 10 utility. So the reason being is to activate the various talents. So this build works amazing. This is a PvP build. PvE, it's not really spec towards PvE, but you could adapt it a little bit, maybe get some more damage to elites to get it raid ready. But this is a PvP build. So this is how it's going to work, guys. We're going to need 3 pieces of Gila Guard. So I've got the mask, and this is the most important part of the build. You guys need this amazing talent called Spotter. It has just been buffed. Like I said in my previous videos, it's been buffed. It's now 20% weapon damage to pulsed enemies. So guys, you only need 5 of the 5 utility to activate this. Why do I have 10? Now you're going to have at least 1500 skill power for the mods that go onto this skill power. The pulse. Otherwise the pulse will take too long to come back and won't have the necessary cooldowns and range. So make sure you have Gila Guard 3-piece. I got the mask, hazard protection health. It's not perfect. I would maybe decide to get something else if I could. Then we're going to have this. I was lucky enough to get a piece of Petrov defense for the LMG damage because it's an LMG build. So get the 10% LMG damage. We've got armor. You want to have skill power rolled on this, guys. Very important with hardened. Hardened. If you guys didn't know, the armor has been buffed a bit. So is health. So you don't really need to spec into health as much. I got 288 K armor, which is very strong actually, to be honest. It's not bad. And then the reason why we're going to be having this ongoing directive is for 2 reasons, guys. The first reason is weapon handling. Now with this build, with unhinged, it takes away your weapon handling. Your accuracy is very bad, so you'll struggle to hit people, especially if you're on console. Ongoing directive plays 2 roles in this build. First of all, you get 20% weapon handling, which is amazing to use with this unhinged build. You still feel like you can laser people across the map, so it works perfectly with it. And plus, ongoing directive always rolls with skill power utility mods. So you can look at that, guys. One, two, three, four. Four of those just from the holster. So it's very important that you guys use a holster as well. And then the other ongoing directive piece has also got utility. I rolled health on it, which is not too bad. Then another utility. I'm using that one because I don't have another one. I need to go and craft one, so I could actually have 11 over there as well. So yeah, so once you've got the ongoing directive, it works well together with this build. Then you're going to have obviously have the Gila Guard. This is one of the most important aspects to the build, which is the on the ropes. Make sure you guys have on the ropes. Now, the Gila Guard is going to give us total armor, hazard protection, and 15% pulse skill power. So that's why we want the 3-piece Gila Guard. On the ropes, it gives us a further 25%. So that's 65% damage we're getting just from those 3 talents, guys. The damage is amazing, and the utility from the pulse is incredible, which I will explain in a second. So we're going to have hardened as well, stacking that armor, so you will feel a lot more tanky, guys. Since the update, you do feel a lot more tanky. With the gloves, weapon handling, ongoing directive, nothing to be said there. Just stack skill power. Um, the knee pads, armor again. It's not perfect. I would have maybe preferred braced. I do like weapon handling in cover. That would be great. But it's got armor on it. I didn't really need any more electronics. I'm trying to be as tanky as I can because you can put out so much damage, guys. It's unbelievable with having such a small amount of firearms. So this is how this build is going to work so well. So right here we got the pulse. You guys need to make sure you have this one activated, the first one. So off the bat, you're going to probably be thinking, wow, cooldown 30 seconds. That's from the mods, guys. That's why we have 10 utility instead of a lower, maybe more damage. So I've got 30% cooldown reduction. I've got a mod here. Let me just show you guys quickly. Well, hold on, what's happening here? All right, let me go back. So I've got a mod where I can get 50% cooldown. Look at that, guys. 55% cooldown. Now, I tried that. It really does lower it. It lowers it a heck of a lot more, but you need 2,700. It's not worth it. You don't do enough damage for the other talents. So you got to just go to the crafting station and try craft a mod, which is around 30% cooldown reduction. Unless you guys really want to go full out and go 55. I don't know how high it can go, but it's pretty good, or maybe even affect duration. There's a whole bunch of mods you can use to make this pulse so good. That's why this build is so good, is because you're getting so much damage, plus you're getting so much utility from the pulse and extra skill power to heal yourself. So make sure you guys prop these mods on. I've got another one right here, which is cooldown reduction, which is vital to this build. 30-second cooldown is great, especially when you're playing the PvP game modes. By the time you've pulsed someone, you run back, you pulse the next guy. It just really works really well. So I'm very happy with this build so far. And the secondary one, we're going to be using a chem launcher. You're going to be able to heal yourself a lot, guys. A lot of times I'll actually be running in a circle or strafing side left to right, running inside my own heals because your skill power is so high. It just feels good, especially with the high amount of armor, because it takes a bit to repair your armor because of the buff to the update. So it really does help to have this extra. So I got cooldown reduction and a cooldown reduction. So it's 14 seconds cooldown, guys. It feels really, really good with a total of 2 meters radius, which is really good. 5 seconds is okay. Could be a bit better. So let's have a look at our stats. So we've got a whole bunch of good stats here. A lot of damage is being put out from this build. This will fool you. Trust me, guys. You will hit like a truck, and you'll have a lot of survivability. It's almost like a tank build as well. But I think the best thing about this build is that you get that pulse, guys. You can see where everyone around you is. Now, it really does help if you guys don't know that you could be getting shot in the back a lot. And then it was a problem in the past. We are a bit more tanky now, so it'll be a bit better. But now you won't have that problem anymore. You can just pulse, know exactly where everybody is, and you will be able to mow them down and look behind cover and see them exactly where they are. It really works well. So there we got 20% all weapons damage bonus, LMG damage bonus, 25% plus all the other buffs. It is a massive amount of damage with good utility, so I'm very happy with this build. I think the way that it works best is when you're playing in the PvP game modes. I think there is a mod where you can actually make the range a bit more. Let's have a look quickly. Not that one, I think over here. This is the housing slot. So as you can see, 24% radius. So it goes to 65 meters. So you guys can make it 65 meters if you want, but I prefer having that faster cooldown times. So this build is absolutely incredible. I have a feeling that this is going to be the build that I'm going to be running most of the time. I only played a few matches, as you saw in the gameplay, and so far it just works extremely well. Uh, you can pulse people from miles away, guys. It comes back so quick, and we got that 20% extra damage. We have a massive amount of damage, good healing. The time to kill is being increased a little bit more, but this build hits like a truck. So I hope you guys give it a try. If you do have any suggestions, and leave it in the comments. I'm trying to tweak it. I've only just made it today, so we're going to try and min-max this build and see how far we can take this. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be testing this build out. Join the live streams. I'm streaming a lot more often these days, so leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.